Welcome back to the Jonestead. I'm Mary, and today I'm going to mound the potato plants. If you remember, I planted they're the red potatoes that started sprouting or tubing that I had purchased from Food Lion, and so instead of throwing them away, I ended up planting them, and I have a video on that, so if you want to go back to August 26th, you can watch that. But I wanted to show you progress, and to mound it, I actually went to where my ducks are now. It used to be my garden, and I'm going to be reclaiming some of that next spring because they don't need that much space. But I'd like to be able to utilize some more of that than just what I have right now. But anyway, so I wanted to show you. So I dug up soil from there, and I'm going to use it to mound up around these, because if you don't, they will get so tall they'll just tip over, and then they'll break. So that's not good for the health of the potato plant. And if you'll bear with me, I'll put this down here. And so mounding, and sometimes you have to do this, sometimes you have to mound. It depends how big they are. Some of these can grow really big, and so you have to go through this a couple times. Sometimes I've just done some, if I have a lot of pine straw, I'll put pine straw down as a filler and then put the soil on top. I just have a lot of soil right now, so I have the ability to utilize that. And so I'm just gonna take this, and you gently put it around there, like that. So it's pretty amazing watching how well they've done, and it's been almost a month now, which is amazing how quickly the time goes. And as I've said, as long as we don't get a hard frost in the next 2 months, we should be able to have a nice little harvest of red potatoes, which is always nice to have your own. You know where they came from, kind of, because originally they came from Food Lion. And you're never quite sure with Food Lion. So I'm probably gonna have to go back and get some more. But these two, were the main ones I wanted to get today. And then, oops, that's not helpful. And as you can tell, it's a little toasty here today. I'm in Virginia in Zone 7B, FYI. And I don't know if it got up to 90 today, but sometimes it felt like it did. And we're all watching very carefully what's going on in the Atlantic, because there are a number of, there's two hurricanes and there's a tropical depression. Sure how that got in there. And there's a tropical depression, and thankfully there's a lot of coverage from meteorologists online and on Facebook, but also you have to be careful with that too, because they sometimes will over dramatize in order to get clicks. And on the one hand, it's good because it gets more people paying attention, but it also sometimes creates more drama over a scenario that isn't likely. However, having said that, it's important because you have to look at worst case scenario. If these two systems come together, the one that's out and up looks like it's most likely it's not going to be impacting the U.S., but the other two, the one that's currently a hurricane and then the tropical depression below it, the possibility, if worst case scenario is if those two combine, could hit the East Coast. So you do want to be prepared. Now's the time to do it. You have the time. Make sure you have extra water on hand. Make sure you have emergency candles or regular candles, that you have a manual can opener. Make sure you are stocked up on backups for example, dog food, any prescriptions that you may need that you may be running low on, because any of you all that know, I've lived in a hurricane prone area for over probably, gosh, I guess it's almost 30 years now. And when they do hit, even if it's the outskirts, we got a lot of microbursts and down trees, and you end up with power outages for extended periods of time. So it's important to think about, if you don't have a generator, get a generator, and or start making extra ice so that you have that. You can keep your refrigerator and your freezer cool at a cooler temperature for a longer period of time if you do have a power outage, and stock up on some backup canned goods just to have on hand in the event that you need them. If nothing happens next week, then you have them and you are set in the event something else comes up, or we have a winter coming up. So you're already ahead of the game with your preparedness, and the more you're prepared in general, then if you have neighbors in need, then you're in a position to be able to help them. So anyway, so keep an eye on that system, and to make sure, see how that's developing, because we've seen storms make shifts really quickly and impact, all of a sudden make turns unexpectedly. So anyway, or hopefully we'll just get some good rain out of it. And we've had decent amount of rain. I'm gonna do this one over here. I've still had to water some, but it's been enough, and I'm probably gonna water these in the morning if we don't get any rain showers tonight or this afternoon, because we're possibly gonna be getting some scattered thunderstorms. So there you go, and so that's mounded up and that's stabilized there, and I'm definitely gonna have to do these again, but I just wanted to at least get these taken care of for now, and so that they don't tip over, because if I do, they were at a stage where if I ended up getting a lot of rain, that thing would have been over and snapped in two. So anyway, hope you found this helpful. And again, I'm in Virginia, and I'm in Zone B, and these I planted August 26th. And so as you can see, you can definitely grow potato. Well, we'll see, but you can grow potatoes in the fall in Virginia in Zone 7B. So hope you have a great afternoon and get prepared for, hopefully not for a hurricane, but just be prepared in case, and hope you have a great afternoon. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Have a great day.